did before.
No, new number. Brand new, that's what I'm giving you before the number's gone. Yeah.
Hello?
Thank you for calling Social Security Administration. How can I help you?
Hello there. I had a call earlier on. It's like a robocall to ring you back. Something to do with my social security number.
Well, could you tell me, sir, what time did you receive the call from our department?
Earlier on, sir, I was driving on the freeway at the time.
Okay. Okay. Well, not a problem. You can help me with your first and last name so that I can pull out the information for you.
Yes, certainly. It's James Hamilton.
Do you spell your last name for me? Is it Hamilton?
Hamilton, yes. James Hamilton.
Hamilton? Is that
That's
how you
correct.
spell it?
That's correct, yes.
All right. Do you have any middle name, Mr. James?
Yes, I've got a G. There's James
There's a
G.
G, right? G as in
Yeah.
Ghana?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, all right. James G. All right. And help me with your mailing zip code.
Yes, it's 91405.
91405?
No, 91405, yes.
Correct. Los Angeles, California. All right.
That's correct, yes.
Okay, Mr. James, just give me a quick moment. Stay on the
Sure.
line. Give me a quick moment. Stay on the line. Let me pull out the information for you, all right?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Stay on the line.
Right. I think we've got one. Yeah. Hopefully. Come on. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for holding the line, Mr. James. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Mr. James, I can see there is information on your name and on your social security number, which is very confidential and sensitive. This information can be provided after verifying that I'm speaking to the right person for security reasons, all right?
Okay.
So, Mr. James, first of all, could you just verify me the year you were born? Just the year will do.
Yes, it's 1982.
82 is verified. 1982 you said, right?
That's correct, sir.
All right. 38 years young?
That's correct. Oh, I like that. Young.
Okay. And Mr. James?
Normally people say you're 38 years old. Well, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Young.
Right.
I'm young.
Sure.
All right. All right. Yes.
Got him
correct.
all right.
Mr. James, you are very young. You are just 38 now.
Yes.
Anyway, Mr. James, just verify me the last 4 digits of your social security number. Just the last
Yes,
4
sir.
digits.
Yes, of course. It's 6869. Which is nice.
6869. All right. Okay.
That's yes.
All right.
68,
Mr. James. Okay. 6869 you said, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, verified. All right. Now, Mr. James, I want you to listen to me very closely because this is an important information we have here, all right?
Yes, of course.
The reason our department tried to reach you earlier, well, they wanted to inform you that there is some legal enforcement action, which is filed on your name and on your social security number by State Administrative of Washington. So regarding that, we have received an order to freeze your social security number right away for investigating purpose, as they have recorded these fraudulent and suspicious activities been committed by using your name and your personal social information. So are you aware about that?
Not at all.
No, sir. Not until you've just told me. You mentioned fraudulent activities. May I ask, please, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
What kind of fraudulent activities are you referring to, sir?
Wow. Nice, Mukesh.
Well, Mr. James, we are suspecting that your social security number might have been compromised in Washington. So we are investigating on the regard because, as you know, there have been some crimes which have been committed by using your name and your social information. Now, did you receive any call or any sort of information from DEA, that is Drug Enforcement Agency, or United States Department of Treasury? regarding
Hi,
this matter?
No, sir, not at all. I mean, the only call I had was from your office earlier on today.
Ah, right.
I'm not aware
Okay.
of any
Well, not a
other
problem. Do you have a pen and paper?
communications with any other authorities at all.
No problem, no problem, Mr. James. Do you have a pen and paper in handy with you? As I'm going to provide you some prime information regarding this case, and you can make a note of that.
Yeah, sure. I've got a pad and a pencil handy. Yes. Do go ahead, please.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You can start with my name. I'm Officer Kevin M. Hughes.
Kevin. Yeah.
Kevin is my first name. My middle initial letter M, and my last name is Hughes. H-U-S-E.
Huse, Hotel Uniform Sierra Echo, Hughes.
That's correct. You got it
Okay.
right, sir. All right. Okay, now note down my badge number. My badge number starts with uppercase letter SSA, which stands for Social Security Administration.
Okay, SSA.
Oh, correct. And followed by number 170971. I repeat, 170971.
So it's 1749.
Uh-huh.
No, 09. 170971.
Yeah, but if you can distinguish between a 0 and a O, so it's 170971.
Oh, that's correct. That's correct, Mr. James.
Okay, yeah, I've got that. Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right. Down below. That's all right. Down below to that, you can note down your case ID number. The case
Okay.
ID number registered here starts with letter T as in Tango, R
T.
as in Romeo, and letter X as in X-ray.
TRX. Okay.
Correct. TRX. And now note down number 4701.
Nice.
47. Are we saying 0 again?
Yes, 4701. That's correct.
01. Yeah, if you can distinguish between, because O is an alphabet, whereas
I would do that,
0
sir.
is numeric. So you can, because O sounds like a 4.
Correct. Correct. That's correct. All right, Mr. James, I will do that for you. All right.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I suppose you got that number 4701.
Yes, I have. It's Tango Romeo X-ray 4701.
Correct. So after those numbers, put a backslash and write down letter Z as in zebra and number 220.
Z as in zebra 220. Okay.
Correct. That's correct. That's correct. All right. Down below to that, you can note down your warrant ID number, which starts with letter C as in Charlie and letter A as in Alpha. CA.
CA, yes.
Okay, and note down number 6017362. I repeat, 6017362.
Yes, Mukesh.
It's CA Charlie Alpha
Go for kill.
601 7362. Am I correct?
That's correct, sir. You got it right.
Okay.
All right. Now, Mr. James, well, before we proceed with the rest of the information about it, let me also remind you that the line on which we're having this conversation, it has been federally recorded and monitored by our department along with Homeland Security. So I advise you to be very honest and committed over this recorded line, as we would be recording every statement you would make here. All right?
Okay, but I'm rather intrigued. I mean, you say all these other authorities are recording the call. For what purpose, sir?
Well, you would understand, Mr. James, because we are investigating on the regard as we suspect that your social security number have been misused in the state of Washington. So we are investigating on the regard to find out the culprit who did all those crimes.
Oh, I
right.
see. Yeah, thank you for clarifying that, Mr. Kevin. May I call you Kevin or
Yes,
Officer
all right.
Hughes? Which one do you prefer?
Anything you like, Mr. James, anything which would make you comfortable.
Yeah,
I don't have any problem at all. All right?
Yeah, please do. Yeah, please do call me Jim. Because that's what most people call me. You don't have to call me Mr. James.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. James, I'm recording this conversation, and I'm an investigating officer, so I have to maintain these decency. All right?
I
I hope you
understand.
understand. But you can call. You can call me You can call me Kevin or you can call me Officer Hughes, however you desire to. All right?
Okay. I think it'd be more appropriate to call you Officer Hughes in that case. As you say, it's being recorded, so I will respect your
All right. I would
official
appreciate that.
position.
All right, sir. I appreciate that. Now, Mr. James, well, as you know that we are suspecting your social security number have been compromised. So I want to ask you over this recorded line, have you ever lost your social security card in the past, if you could recall?
Well, I haven't lost it, but it was my wallet was stolen. I would say about 4.5, maybe 5 years ago, when I was heading home from a restaurant, and this guy stopped me to ask me the time, and this was late evening. And whilst I was looking at my watch, I was back, and it turned out there was like three guys, and they pinned me to on the pavement, and they stole my wallet and my watch. But I did report it to LAPD. I did report it.
LAPD, Los Angeles Police Department. All right,
That's
all right.
correct. Yes,
Well, so your wallet contained your social security card. Did it contain your driver's license as well?
Yes, and also my credit card, my debit card, and something like $100 and maybe $25 in.
Okay, how many debit cards have you lost with the wallet?
Oh, just one. I just have the one with Chase Bank.
Okay, and have you replaced it?
Yeah, Chase Bank.
Have you replaced it?
Yes, it was replaced by Chase Bank. Yes, but not the credit card, because I
so
decided not to use a credit card.
Okay, and I believe you have your Chase Bank debit card safe with you at this present moment, right?
Yes, I do indeed.
Okay, and what about the credit card? Have you ever lost any, Mr. James?
No, since that theft, I decided not to apply because I hardly used it. Because credit card companies are like they rip you off with their interest rates, and I have sufficient funds to pay for my needs, so I didn't see a need for a credit card.
Credit card. All right. That's recorded. Okay. Now, Mr. James, let me just go ahead and read this case file for you, which is on your name and on your social security number. All right?
Yes, certainly.
So you listen to me very closely and carefully.
Yes,
listen to me carefully, but Mr. James.
Yeah, do proceed.
Yes. Do not interrupt me. Yeah, do not interrupt me while I read that for you. As you know, we are on a recorded line, so I would give you a fair chance to raise your question once I'm done reading that. Okay?
Yeah, thank you, Officer Hughes.
Everybody give good shout out to Mukesh in the chat, guys. Come on.
Carefully. Now, this investigation, which is on your name and on your social security number, started when we found an abandoned car from the southern part of the state of Washington. So when we recovered that car, we found there were some blood stains and drugs residues inside it. The vehicle which we recovered was black Toyota Corolla, model of 2009. So once we found those blood stains and drugs residues, we investigated further about the car. Now, in further investigation, we came to know that the vehicle was rented from the town of Patterson in southern part of Washington. And it was rented on your name, James G. Hamilton, and on your social security number. Now, Mr. James, there was also one address which was linked with the title of the same vehicle which was rented on your name. That address was located in the city of Seattle in Washington. Now,
may I ask, sorry,
by U.S. Marshal.
Yeah, may I ask what kind of vehicle was rented under my name?
Yeah, it was black Toyota Corolla. It was a sedan. Black Toyota Corolla, model of 2009. All right?
I see. Okay. Do proceed.
Okay. All right. Okay. Mr. James, I'll give you a chance to raise your question. Let me just go ahead and finish this off, okay? Because I need to explain you. All right?
Yes, of course.
What happened here? Well, as I've mentioned you, there was also one address which is located in the city of Seattle, and it was linked with the title of that same vehicle which was rented on your name. So under suspicion, that house was under a surveillance by U.S. Marshal and DEA for a week time. And after a week of surveillance, they raided that house. Now, on the raid, they found that house abandoned, but they have been successful in recovering a consignment of 22 pounds of undiluted cocaine from that very house. So recovered two debit and credit cards which had your name printed on them, Mr. James. And apart from that, they've also recovered few debit and credit card and papers from various financial institutes, such as Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, Bank of America, Navy Federal Credit Union, PNC, JP Morgan Chase, TD Bank, US Bank. Along with that, we also had Lee Bank, SunTrust Bank, Wood Forest Bank, First National Bank, Shine Bank, and few other credit union as well. Mr. James, this entire paperwork had your name on it, so when we investigated further about it, we came to know that 21 number of bank accounts have been opened by using your name and your social information across the states. Now, when we further investigated about those bank accounts, we came to know that thousands of dollars have been wired from those bank accounts locally and internationally. And what made us suspicious here is that most of the time, the money have been wired to narco-trafficking countries like Mexico, Colombia, Cuba, Guatemala, Peru, and even to Pakistan. So in that regard, and on the basis of evidence which they have recovered, Mr. James, the State Administrative of Washington have kept your name under federal investigation with 3 criminal charges pressed against your name and social information. The charges here are drug trafficking, money laundering, and supporting to terrorism. So, Mr. James, now you can tell me over this recorded line if you had any knowledge or any information about these incidents has been going on. Your name and social?
Not really. I mean, sir, the number of banks that you've just spilled out to me, I mean, that is a lot of banks. I don't have that kind of money to have so many bank accounts.
Correct. All right.
Also, if I may add,
All right.
you mentioned something about the narco trafficking countries. Can you repeat those, please?
Correct. Yes. Well, few countries we have faced is that Mexico, Colombia, Cuba, Guatemala, Peru, and even Pakistan.
Pakistan. Well, I do know somebody.
Even Pakistan.
Yeah, I did know. I shouldn't say I do. I did know somebody from Pakistan. I think he was from a town called Islamabad or something like that, and his name was Ali.
Yeah, the capital of Pakistan.
Yeah, his name was Ali.
Okay,
I think it was Ismail Ali, I believe his name was. I'm not too sure. Ismail or maybe Mustafa. So Ismail Mustafa Ali.
Okay, let me just note it down as Mr. Ali, alright?
Yeah, it's Ismail Mustafa Ali bin something else. It's a long name, but I do remember he was from Pakistan, and he was, I believe, it was Islamabad, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong.
All right. Okay. All right. Well,
and from
you mentioned,
Mukesh got that right.
Yeah, you mentioned Mexico, and there was a guy I knew. His name was Gonzalez. His first name was Stonewulf Gonzalez.
Yes, tech.
But
yes.
this was, I was working with him at the time. But I knew he was from Mexico, and I do believe he had some kind of activities with drug dealers, I believe. Stone, yeah. Gonzalez.
Okay, got that. All right. Well, so do you suspect that these people might have compromised their social information and used it for these kind of crimes? Do you suspect anyone?
It may be possible, but I can't really accuse them because I'm not sure. I don't have any evidence. Correct. But I can only, because you mentioned this particular country.
If you suspect. Yes, if you suspect, Mr. James, you can go ahead and tell us, because we would go ahead and investigate with them. Because if you are innocent, it's our responsibility to pull your name out of this sensitive case and to help you with the best we can, all right?
Yes, of course, yeah, and I do appreciate your help.
Okay. Now, Mr. James, well, as you know, what has been done with your name and social security number are totally against the law of the United States Treasury. So at this present moment, we have to sign an arrest warrant Yes, listen to me, sir. Mr. James, kindly listen to me. It is important for you to understand it, okay? Let me
Sure.
repeat that once again. Now, as you know that what has been done with your name and your social information and those crimes which are linked with it are totally against the law of United States Treasury. So at this present moment, we have to sign an arrest warrant on your name and we have to freeze your social security number right away. Mr. James, according to Section C, subsection B of 1973 Drug Enforcement Administrative Act, you could be taken for non-bailable jail term of 9 years and have to pay a penalty of $89,000 to the federal courthouse if proven guilty. Now, particularly for those reasons, two of our officers were having a close watch on you since last 2 to 3 days. And your phone calls were also being tapped by them, Mr. James. They didn't find anything suspicious on your daily routine, and from that investigation we came to determine that you might be or might not be involved in this crime, and may just be an innocent person who might have been a victim. Alright? So let me just go ahead and ask you a couple of questions over this recorded line, which would be easier for you to answer and for me to record as well. Because we are going to forward these details to the courthouse and also to FBI for further investigation on your case. Right?
Yes, of course. Do proceed, Officer Hughes. Yeah, do proceed with your question.
Okay. Now, Mr. James, now to begin with, first of all, I want to ask you, have you ever been to the state of Washington in the past, in recent past?
No. I believe, let me think now, maybe 4 years ago, possibly, but definitely not recently.
Okay, all right. And, well, have you ever rented any car when you were there in Washington?
No, sir. I have my own vehicle. It's a Lexus, which I believe is also made by Toyota. But it's not a Corolla. It's a Lexus.
Correct. Okay, Lexus. Yeah, it's a luxurious version by Toyota. All right.
Yeah.
What is the make model of your car, sir?
It's a
Could you help me with the make model of your car?
Yes, it's the Lexus 300 GTX. It's a special edition I bought.
300 GTX, right?
Yeah. That basically just means it's got a 3,000 cubic centimeter engine, which is a 3-liter vehicle.
Yeah, special.
That's what the 300 stands for.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. It's a good vehicle, and okay, that is the only vehicle which you own under your possession and your name, right?
Yes, indeed. Because in my education, now I'm like a financial advisor, so I have to have some kind of decent vehicle, so my clients can look at me as a successful person.
That's right.
That's why I drive a luxury vehicle.
Correct. That's very true.
Yes.
That's very true. All right.
Yeah, Officer Hughes, if I were to drive around in a Toyota Corolla, I don't think my clients would look at me, they'll say, it's a cheap vehicle. And
I understand.
In my business, I have to show some kind of wealth. So that's what I do. And,
I understand.
They appreciate when I take them out for lunch, just to get their business, and they drive in a luxury vehicle. And what I used to do is hire that guy I told you about, that Ismail Mustafa Ali. I used to hire him as a chauffeur, in inverted commas. He wasn't really my chauffeur, but to my clients, he looked like he's a chauffeur.
Okay, all right. I got that recorded. Okay. Now, Mr. James, apart from that, do you have any relatives living there in Washington at this present moment? Any relatives or maybe anybody you know? Or anyone?
When my doctor lived there, Dr. Fell, he was actually in California with a practice, and then he decided to move to Washington. He got a very good job within the medical community, because he was actually part of the the recent COVID situation and the Pfizer vaccine. I believe he was part of that in producing the Pfizer vaccine.
Correct, correct. Got that. I got that, sir.
I haven't
Anyway,
heard from him for a long time. Dr. Fell.
I understand.
He was a nice guy.
That's all right.
He originally started as a quantum physicist before he went into the medical field. He's got
All right.
PhD in quantum physics.
Okay. Okay, all right, all right. Now, Mr. James, like before we proceed, I want to tell you that the
Dr. Fell,
information
yeah.
which we require for this investigation is only which is related to this investigation. Okay, so until and unless I ask you any question to describe me or explain me, kindly don't waste your time providing me those irrelevant information.
Irrelevant.
I hope you understand. Because we are just collecting the information which is related to this investigation.
Scammer
All right?
asked. Now he
Yeah,
said.
but Officer you asked me questions which I've tried to answer you.
No,
You asked me if I knew anybody in Washington, so I was just trying to say it's not irrelevant. It is definitely relevant.
I
I'm just
appreciate
trying to
that.
answer
I
the
appreciate
question
that. No,
the best way I can. That's all.
Irrelevant. Now
I
relevant.
appreciate
Wow,
that,
wow.
sir. I appreciate that.
Because I don't want a situation where later on, because this call is recorded, later on you tell me, you didn't mention Dr. Fell, and then you put me in the grinder. That's why I'm trying to explain to you that yes, I
No, no,
did.
no. Sorry, we won't do that. We won't do that, Mr. James. If we wanted to arrest you, we would have arrested you, okay? There is already an arrest warrant which is issued on your name, but we did not arrest you because we have checked through your past records and we have found you to be a genuine citizen.
That's right.
And
Past,
that is the only reason we try to reach you before you face any kind of legal consequences,
past,
alright?
past,
Yes, of
present,
course.
future. Wow.
Okay, alright. Now, Mr. James, now to proceed with that, well, do you have any property under your name and possession in Washington? Any property you own?
No, not in Washington, but I do have a 3-bedroom flat in London, in United Kingdom.
Okay. No, we will not take any other information which is outside United States, okay? We don't need those information. Well, what about the house which you reside in at this present moment in Los Angeles, California? I believe that's your own house, right?
No, it's not. It's a rented accommodation because, as I said, I've got a flat in London, in central London.
That's right.
Okay.
Which brings me in about, it's on rent at the moment, so it brings me in about £5,000 a month. And because
all right.
I move town to town, so it's preferential for me to rent accommodation with everything paid for. And it's only costing me around $2,000 a month.
Correct. Okay, the house which you are residing in Los Angeles, right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, and are you living on your own, Mr. James, or do you have any family member living with you? Or any friend or anybody?
No, I'm a divorcee, so it's just by myself. We got divorced about
Okay, all right.
4 years ago.
I got it. Okay, I got that recorded. All right. Okay, so the reason why I asked this question is because I believe there would be nobody who could sneak your personal information. All right? That is the reason I asked you.
I did have a girlfriend in between, and then we kind of fell out, but she did have access, because you know when you order a meal from like Just Eat or Uber Eats, and then she used to order it from my card, debit card.
Okay. Okay, all right. Well, apart from that, Mr. James, do you have any knowledge about that house which was raided by U.S. Marshal or the narcotics which they have recovered? Anything? Do you have any knowledge about those activities?
None at all, sir. None at all.
None at all. All right, that's recorded. Well, do you have any knowledge about those debit and credit card which we have recovered from that house? As you said that you don't use any credit card at this present moment and your debit card is safe with you, right? Do you have any knowledge about these cards?
Not at all. I mean, the number of cards you've mentioned, definitely not. And surely you can trace the expenditure in different areas when I can prove to you I was in Los Angeles at the time.
Correct. Well, we have checked your postal codes, Mr. James. That's all right. That's all right. We have checked your postal codes, and you don't need to convince us. We know you are a genuine citizen, okay? Now, Mr. James, as you know, that the evidence which we have recovered are against you and are strong enough to prove you're guilty in the courthouse. But that is the only reason we are recording this entire conversation, because we could prove to the courthouse that you are cooperating with the federal agencies because your social have been compromised without your knowledge, and you are a victim, all right, and not a culprit or a criminal. That is the only reason we are recording every statement you are making here, so that it could be later played in front of judge and jury member to prove your innocence. All right?
Yes, of course, Officer Hughes. I mean, you are being exceedingly helpful, and I do appreciate your help.
So, I'm just doing my job, sir. I'm just doing my job. That is the reason we are going to forward these details to FBI as well, because they will re-verify with the information which you have provided us.
Yes,
Okay.
please do, and I give you my full authority to disclose whatever information which will not be used against me.
Okay. Okay, all right. Now, Mr. James, now I'm going to ask you about your banking information, all right? But
Yes, of
let me
course.
tell you, we don't require any kind of account number, we don't require any kind of router number or any PIN number of your debit or credit card. Those are none of our concern. We only need information which is related to this investigation, all right?
Okay.
Don't voluntarily provide us any kind of account number, okay? We don't need that.
But do I need to include my account abroad with Barclays Bank PLC in the United Kingdom?
Yes, correct. Correct. Well, if you have a bank account, first of all, you have to help me with the name of those accounts which you have in the United States. How many banks are you banking with at this present moment?
Just with one bank, Officer Hughes, is Chase Bank. I've been with them for several years.
Okay, so okay, all right, Chase Bank. Okay, all right. So the bank which you use from United Kingdom, do you use that in the United States as well?
Well, yes, what happens is my rental income of around 5,000 a month has to be debited into my bank in the United Kingdom because that is their law. And then I can transfer money in between Chase Bank and Barclays Bank. And I use that for
Correct. All right.
and I use that for my investment account for my pension.
Okay. All right, got that record. All right. Now, starting with your Chase Bank, what type of account do you use here, Mr. James? Like, is it regular accounts like saving, checking, or do you have anything apart from that, like trading business or anything as such?
Yes, indeed. I have a savings account and a checking account, but I also have an investment account, which I deal with stocks
Okay,
and
investment
shares.
account.
Yeah, I deal in stocks and shares, and I normally use the bear market or the hedge funds with several investment institutions, such as JP Morgan and also Lloyd's of London.
Okay, all right. Well, so at this present moment, you are just dealing with Chase Bank, right? Well, Mr. James, what I'm going to do here is that, like, since this is an account information and I'm an investigating officer, so it would be appropriate if I would go ahead and transfer this call to my senior officer. Since he's the case in charge, it would be appropriate that if he would take this information. Because if he found you innocent, then he's the person who would be able to help you to get your new social security number generated, all right?
Yes, but Mr. Hughes, I enjoyed speaking with you, Officer Hughes, and I prefer if you could deal with the situation before you pass me on to somebody I don't know about. Because you've been exceedingly helpful.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, Mr. James, he's a senior officer and your case in charge, okay? So he is the best person who could help you in this case. All right, so every information you provide, be very honest, because he would re-verify that with FBI as well. All right, Mr. James?
Yes, indeed.
Fake.
Yes. And thank you very much for your help, Officer Hughes, and I do appreciate your assistance.
Well, I appreciate your cooperation as well, Mr. James. Just stay on the line. Let me go ahead and connect this call to my officer. All right?
Yes, indeed, yes.
Right, Mukesh.
Okay. Mr. James, stay on the line.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Yes. Got him on the hook, all right, Mukesh. Wow. That's what I just wanted to happen. That's what needed, guys. That's what we want. That's what you call action, guys. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for holding the line. Your line has been transferred to senior officer. My name is Eric Cressman. May I have your first name and your last name, please?
Yes, indeed. You said your name was Eric? Sorry, I didn't get your last name.
The last name is Cressman. It's K as in Kilo, R as in Roger, E as in Echo, S as in Sam, S as in Sam, M as in Mary, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy. Eric Cressman.
Cressman. Okay. Thank you.
Correct. All right. So may I have your first name and your last name, sir?
Yes, it's Hamilton. James Hamilton.
All right, Mr. Hamilton. How are you doing today? How's your day today?
I'm very fine. Thank you very much. Until I spoke to Officer Hughes.
All right.
Otherwise, and thank you for asking. And I hope you are well too.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Hamilton, first of all, let me just go ahead and pull out your records, okay? Can you just confirm me the number on which you receive a phone call? I'm talking about your number.
You mean my phone number?
The phone number on which you receive a phone call from our department.
Yes, it's 240-324-7536.
Okay, but we didn't call you on this number. Do you have any alternate number?
No, only this one.
Only this number?
Yes. That's the
Alrighty.
number I'll call you back on.
Sorry?
I said that's the number I've called you back on.
Okay, no problem. So right now, sir, okay, as you know, the District Courthouse has decided to get your social security number suspended because it's causing significant and continuous harm. Based on the trail of evidence, we have gotten 2 serious allegations charged against the culprit for the felony drug offense, which is drug trafficking, money laundering, and supporting to terrorism. Now, considering the following allegation, the District Courthouse has decided to get your social security number suspended as we have an accused trail of suspicious information existing in the custody. In simple language, like there will be 2 government officers tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening will come at your residence to provide you a documentation and the complete necessary criteria to provide you a new social security card as anxiety possessing that your existing social security number has been compromised. So sir, your existing social security number suspended means whatever the information is linked with your existing social security number, it will be freezed and released by the law enforcement agencies, okay, in the United States. Right now, okay, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Just be honest with me so I can safeguard your true belongings, alright?
Yes, of course, indeed. But sir, may I just ask you one question? I mean, you mentioned something about terrorism, which Officer Hughes never mentioned. He just said something about some drugs and blood found in a car. Where did this terrorism come into this? Officer Hughes did not mention terrorism. He was talking about drugs and
right now it is a matter of, because it is a matter of drug trafficking and money.
Yeah, Mexico, Colombia, I think he said Pakistan, and a couple of other countries, but terrorism was never mentioned.
Correct. Yeah, because right now it might be possible, okay, like in the Pakistan, okay, like they are doing the wire transact. So it might be possible, okay, like that is for the, okay, like it is using for the terrorism, okay.
Oh, so
like
are you trying to say? Sorry to interrupt, but are you trying to say that I'm being accused of funding terrorists?
Mr. Hamilton.
Yes, so if you can answer my question,
Mr. Hamilton.
It's a very large accusation that I'm funding terrorist activities.
Correct. Correct. Okay. And that is the reason, okay, once we catch the real criminal, we will get to know each and everything. So right now, sir, okay, like, if you are going to suspend your social, whatever the information, whatever the assets you have under your identity, it will be freed and released by the law enforcement agencies across whole of United States. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Just be honest with me so I can safeguard your true belongings, alright?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So first of all, like, you have your own house or you're living on a rent?
Well, at the moment, I'm in Los Angeles. I'm living in a rented
I'm not able to hear
accommodation.
you clearly. Can you speak a little bit louder?
Yes, I'm in Los Angeles, and it's a rented accommodation.
Okay. How many family members living at the current residence?
Just myself. I'm a divorced person. I explained this to Officer
Okay.
Hughes.
And
I also mentioned to
okay. Do you
Officer
have any?
Hughes I have an apartment I own in London, in United Kingdom. Which is on rent.
Okay. Okay. And do you have any 401k plan or any IRA under your social?
No, I don't. I have my own investment plan, which I use for stocks and shares.
Okay. Okay. How many banking institute that you're banking with?
Just one, Chase Bank.
And since how long you're banking with the Chase?
Oh, several years.
Okay. And you have a savings checking both. So what is the current value of your savings account? Like how much you have in the savings with the Chase?
Well, I've got three accounts. I've got the savings, I've got a checking, and I've got my investment account, which I did explain to Officer Hughes.
Okay. And so what is the current value of your savings account? Like how much you have in the savings?
Oh, in the savings around, last I looked was about 17 and a half.
Sorry, how much?
About 17 and a half.
Sorry?
About 17 and a half. Not precise. Give or take.
Like what 17 and a half? Like what 17 and a half? Can you just give me the numbers?
Yes, 17,500, yes.
Okay. And 17,000 that you have in the savings, correct?
Approximately, yes.
Okay. And what about the check-in? How much you have in the check-in?
It's about, I'd say 12, maybe 12 and a half.
Okay. And apart from this, like, do you have any credit card under your name?
No, I have a debit card. I always spend it.
Okay. And do you have any investment like money market, shares, stocks, bonds, or anything?
Yes, I do. I have an investment account, as I explained. That's
Okay, so you have
for my pension.
investment. You have a stock. Okay,
Yes,
you have a
stock
stock
and
and share, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
I deal in hedge funds and also the bull and bear markets.
Okay. And how much you have in the investment in stocks and the shares?
Well,
What is the approximate amount?
it's gone down quite a bit due to the COVID situation. So from around 675, it's roughly 420 at the moment.
It's 420 at the moment, correct?
Yes, it was around 675, but due to the COVID and the global markets falling, so my shares lost a lot of value. But at the moment, it's about 420.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, no problem. So let me just submit these details to the courthouse and get the approval from them. Okay. So can you
Sure.
just confirm me the last four of your social so I can submit these details and get the approval from the district courthouse?
Yes, indeed. It's 6869. 68, 69.
68.
69.
Okay. Let me just submit this let me just submit the details and get the approval from them. Okay, just stay on the call with me. And sir, which phone you're using? It's an Android or it's an iPhone? Like it's a smartphone?
Yes, it's a smartphone.
Okay. And do you know how to send a picture from the cell phone?
Not really. To be honest, my phone fell down. a couple of days ago. Well, not couple of, last week. And the front side, I've ordered a new one, but it hasn't arrived yet. I think it's due for Monday or Tuesday. It should come in.
Okay, so just be in the line, okay? What you have to do, okay? I just submitted your assets verification form. So I'm just submitting this assets verification form to the Goathouse. So I have to attach your photo ID, okay? Like, so what you have to do, you have to just send me a picture of your driver license so I can send this information to the district Goathouse so we can complete the assets verification form and we will safeguard your true belongings, alright?
Yes, but how do I do that, Officer Questioning? I can't. The only way I
Okay,
can
which
do
phone
it.
you are using?
Well, it's a OnePlus.
Which phone you're using?
It's a OnePlus 8 2, and the thing is, as I said, I dropped
Okay.
it, and it hit the glass, and it shattered.
Okay, but you can still click a picture from that cell phone, okay? So what do you have to do, okay? Like, you have to just go...
No, but the lens
Okay,
is
just
cracked. The
on
lens
the home screen.
is completely cracked. But I did
And you have a front camera. You can click a picture. You can click a picture from your front camera also.
No, it's cracked. As I said, it's cracked. I can just about use the touch screen. The upper half I can use on touchscreen, but not the lower half. But I have reported it on OnePlus and I've ordered it, but they said it takes about 10 days for delivery.
Good.
So it should come in on Monday or Tuesday. What I can do is on Monday or Tuesday, I can send it to you. If you give me a number, I'll forward it to you.
Sir, right now we have to submit this assess verification form for today, okay? So, like, you can use the front camera, okay? Like, you can just hold your driver license in your hand and you can just take a picture and you can send it on my cell phone, okay? On my direct line number.
Yeah, but it's cracked. I can try it. If you give me a number, I can try it. But I'm not promising.
Okay. Okay, just write it down the number. It's 202.
202, yes.
No, it's 202. 202.
Yeah, 202.
860.
860. Okay.
0850.
0850. So I'll just repeat that. Make sure I've got it correct. It's 202 860 0850. Is that correct?
Right. Correct.
Well, I do have another phone, which is fine, but I would need to transfer my SIM card on there before I can send anything to you. It'd be difficult otherwise. I mean, I can try and email it to you.
Okay.
I have a Canon digital camera, which I can use, because I can send by email as well from the camera. So do you have your email address? I can maybe forward it to your email address.
Okay. Okay, so just write down the email.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
It's MOMO.
MOMO. So that's Mike Oscar.
A as in kilo, E as in echo. MOMOKE.
Yeah, MOMO Kilo Echo. Yep.
5768.
5768. Yep.
At ELHAO.
Sorry. E for Echo, L for Lima.
H as in Henry, A as in Apple, O as in Oscar.
Oh, hang on. So H as in Henry.
Correct.
And then?
A as in Apple, O as in Oscar, 86.com.
.com. So it's MOMOKE 5768 at HAO86.com.
No. No, it's MOMOKE 768 @ E as in Tom, L as in Larry,
Hang on,
and
sir.
H as in Henry, A as in
Sir, you're going too fast. Look, can I start again? MOMOKE, Momoke, yeah, MOMOKE, and then 7.
5768.
5.
I'll text you. I'll text you the email.
Okay, at HAO 86.
ELHAO. It's TL.
E for Echo, yeah? E for Echo, L for Lima.
No, it's E as in Tom, L as in Larry, H as in Henry, A as in Apple, O as in Oscar.
Okay, I've got that now, yeah. 86.com. Okay,
Yeah.
I've got that. So what I'll do is I'll try and send it through my phone if the image comes out all right. And then if failing that, I can email it to you. Is that okay?
Okay, that is okay.
But I'll have to phone you back in that case because I'll have to remove the SIM card from this phone, the damaged phone, put it on my other phone, take the picture, and then send it to you. Is that okay?
Okay, like you can just do one thing. Okay, you can just if you're going to email it, okay, like you can just turn on the Wi-Fi and you can do it.
Yeah, my camera does have my Canon. It's a digital camera. It does connect to Wi-Fi, so I can send it through there.
Okay, no problem. I'm holding the line. Once you send it, I'll send you the email ID on your text. Okay. Once you send it, just let me know.
Okay, just give me a couple of minutes. Yeah, I've got the camera. Yeah, let me switch it.
Okay.
So what did you need? My picture or the one for my driving license?
Driver license. Driver license.
Driver's license.
Driver license.
Okay. Yes, that's got my picture on it.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. One sec. Come on. Trying to focus on the license. Oh, there we go. I think there's something wrong with the auto-focusing on this camera. Okay, I've got it. Picture. And send it forward. Share rather. MOMOKE 5768@BLHU.com, and then send. Okay, I'll press send. They should be coming up to you. And it's good.
Oh, okay, no problem.
It's a HD quality.
Okay.
It's because it's a high definition camera, 4K.
Okay.
Okay, I've got a message sent.
Okay, it's sent from your side?
Well, that's what it says on the camera. It's sent.
Okay, I'm waiting.
It's quite a large
Try to send the picture from your phone.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
quite
try to send the picture from your cell phone also.
Okay, let me try. Does it takes if it can. The thing is, because it's cracked, it won't focus. That's the problem.
No problem, just try to send the picture.
Okay, one sec. There's a photo application. And camera. Okay. No, you see that's why I thought it's not focusing. because of the cracked lens on it. No, you're not doing it.
Okay, no problem. Try to send a picture from your another phone. You have my direct line number. Once you send it, just give me a call back on my direct line number, okay?
Is it the 202-860-0850?
Correct,
Yeah?
correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So you've
Send
got
the
my
picture, then call me back.
you've got my caller ID, yeah? It's a 240
Okay.
324 7536. Yeah?
It's 202.
No.
202.
No, I'm talking about my caller ID, so you know it's me calling you. Do you have my number?
Yes. Correct, I have it.
As a picture
I have
come
it.
through?
Give me a call once you send the picture. No, I didn't
Yeah.
receive the picture. Just send a picture. Okay, once.
We are not able to take your call right now. Goodbye.